Hello and welcome to Tantrum House Studio 3. I'm Will Meadows.
And I'm Sara Meadows, and today we're looking at CV Pocket by Granna. CV Pocket is from designer Philip Milewski and is a 2 to 4 player set collection card game.
In the game, players are compiling their life's resume, their curriculum vitae, and they are only doing a pocket-sized version in this game. To set up the game, cards are laid out in 3 columns of 5 cards each, and on their first turn, players must choose 1 card from the bottom row in order to begin their curriculum.
Each time a card is selected, that column of cards will slide down in order to fill the space. On all future turns, players will choose a card from the row that corresponds to the top card in their CV. They will place the new card on top of their CV, leaving the symbols of the previous card showing.
Players will continue to select 1 card each on their turn. If there are no cards in the row that they are required to draw from, they must pass and continue to pass until there are new options available.
If all players pass, or if there are only 4 cards left on the table, the columns are refilled and play continues.
Once the deck is gone and all players have passed, the game ends and points are tallied.
Points are awarded for sets of symbols or having the most of a certain symbol or the least, and by fulfilling cards with missions.
The player to score the most points on this tiny awesome score pad wins.
This game is a nice condensed version of the larger game, CV, and it comes with a score pad and pencil and a very good player aid to help you out on scoring at the end game, and a nice instruction manual.
Yeah, it does feel and look obviously very much like the originals from the same artist, Sasha, who has done all the great, cool, cartoony character work in it. They used all the same iconography, so it feels very similar, but it is very, I don't want to say bare bones, because there's still a good amount of meat to it. It feels a little bit like maybe Sushi Go, but with a totally different drafting mechanic. So you're picking cards in a different way, but you're still trying to kind of build those same sets and then obviously score big points at the end of the game.
Yeah, sometimes I wanted a little more freedom on what I was allowed to choose on my turn. But really, the game is about optimizing what your choices are and choosing the best for that round. There were a few turns where I had to pass because I had an airplane and there wasn't any choices in that row, but I didn't feel like that negatively affected me at all. When we did endgame scoring, there were times where I had to pass several turns, but I still ended up doing fine in the end of the game.
Yeah, I was very frustrated by that the very first time I played until I realized, like, oh, it doesn't actually matter. Pick the cards that are the most valuable to your hand, and if you miss a round, it's not necessarily a deal breaker. We haven't played this with our kids yet. I think they'd be able to grasp it pretty well. The theme is obviously kind of above them, but in truth, the theme is a little bit pasted on anyway. This is really a set collection game and about optimizing your choices from that row every time, and then potentially trying to thwart what other people are collecting if you can do a little bit of that.
If this sounds like something that you're interested in, you can check out CV Pocket from Granna and Passport Game Studios here in the U.S.
Tantrum House gives Pocket CV 2
thumbs up.
Their life's resume.
It's from designer Philip
Milewski.
Milewski. Okay. This game is a great condensed version.
Condensation. And a pencil.
I said that, score pad and pencil.
Mm-hmm.